at the end, very little about any legal basis. You can kind of infer that he's relying on a host of purported Article 2 authorities for the operation. And then this is one of the only reports, and again, I've looked at all of them ever filed. This is one of the only reports that doesn't have an estimated scope or duration of the activity. It doesn't say this is closed, this was one and done, and it doesn't say we expect it to be ongoing. And I think that's notable. I don't know whether they're intentionally trying to fuzz this up or whether they themselves don't know. But usually there's some language to that effect in these reports. I think the other things that are usually in these, even if they're not required by the law, is the international legal basis when you're actually using force against another country. That's not in there. And there are often, but not always, mentions of casualties involved when we already know at the time of the report. And here we knew, right? We knew at least 70, 80. Now it looks like 100 casualties on the other side, at least. And we knew that 7 U.S. service members were injured, and that's not in the report either.
That seems to me to distinguish this situation from a lot of others where the United States goes in at least in a quasi-defensive posture or for a very limited strike. Here there is an extremely high number of casualties. American service members were clearly at risk. Thankfully, none of them passed away during the operation.